Hey YouTube, it's Dacothetrainer. Welcome to my new Let's Play of Ben 10 Galactic Racing for the Xbox 360. I know it came out on loads of other consoles, which we'll get into in a second. But this is probably one of the first games I've actually done in post. I've actually recorded this already, but first off, as you can see, there's only two difficulties, easy and hard. So we're going to be playing on easy, because this game I've noticed is pretty difficult, it gets really hard and stuff. But yeah, what I decided to do is I decided to cut out all of the loading time as well, because this game seems to have quite a few loading times and stuff, which we will be getting into later on. But we're only doing the Galactic Grand Prix mode. As you can see, there's loads of different characters, and you have a lot more characters as you go through the game, depending on what grade you get during the Grand Prix. Or the Grand Prix, depending on how you want to pronounce it or whatever. Yeah. There is loads of other modes, so I'm not going to be really showing off. I'm only showing off the Galactic Grand Prix. And to start with, as you can see, we're looking at Swampfire Night right now. We're not going to really pick Swampfire though. We're going to actually go in and actually use good old Ben 10. Because if you don't know, it is Ben 10 Galactic Racing. I really want to use that. There's like loads of different modes, like I mentioned. This Short Circuit, which is a custom Prix mode. There's the single race, time trials, simple beat times of any player. You know what this is. But we're gonna pick Ben. All these different characters have different things. Like I said, you do unlock more characters as you go through the game. There's actually 15 characters. I think it's 15, isn't it? Is it 15? Yeah, it's 15. And it's one of those things that's pretty cool. There's 9 races. There's 8 races actually. There's 8 Prixes even. What I've decided to do is, first of all, there's a cutscene here.
Ain't that a sight? Tends to make one feel kind of small and insignificant like. What with the vastness and grandeur of the universe and all.
Yeah, tell him about the legend, Octagon.
I was just getting to that presently, Boyd. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my brother Boyd here and I have heard tell of a legend.
Uh-huh. We heard it from this guy, who heard it from his cousin, who used to live next door to this other guy.
Be that as it may, we have it from a very reliable source that the Galvin...
Who is just about the smartest folks ever.
Oh, heck, Boyd, do you want to tell this story?
Well, okay. Legend has it that one of the Galvan created a whole planet all by himself called Promise. Now, what runs low on juice from time to time on account of it's really some kind of giant machine or some such.
Preposterous tale, if you ask me.
Sure is pretty, though. Ooh, what are them there beam thingies?
They is for pulling the moons of a planet into a new orbit, like so. And when the moons of Promise in particular is in just the right position, what you might call the sweet spot.
Ooh, kick the dog and spit in the fire. Go on.
The planet gets all charged upified again. It's quite the green energy initiative, actually. Now, every time the big planetary recharge happens on Promise, supposedly, the Galvins set up a bunch of racetracks on worlds all over the known universe and then some, to celebrate with a galaxy-wide Grand Prix.
Hold on there. That don't sound like something the Galvan would do, Octagon.
Who's telling this story, you or me?
I thought I was.
No. Now, where was I? Oh, legend has it that whenever this here Grand Prix is held, the Galvan only allow the best racers in the galaxy to participate in this most prestigious of occasions. It's a winner-take-all, knock-down, drag-out, high-speed showdown, the likes of which one is unlikely to ever see again in one's lifetime.
In go-karts?
So the legend goes.
Whew, that sure is a mighty fine story, Octagon. If only there was some way for you and I to partake in said improbable event.
Funny you should ask. Howdy? I'm Octagon Friedel, your commentator type person. This here's my brother Ron Boyd.
Call me Boyd.
The event to which we were so wistfully referring before just happens to be about to take place right now.
Well, don't that be all?
Boyd and I'll be right here with you through the whole shebang. So sit back, kick off your gravity boots, and get ready for some galactic racing.
So it's time for some galactic racing. I'm actually really looking forward to this actually. Anyways, let's get to the low view of the first race.
Starting point for the beginner's luck circuit. This here is the ice planet Kilmus. Necro-Phrygians like Big Till call this place home. Personally, I find its climatory landscape to be a mite inhospitable. Besides Kilmus, this circuit will also take us to the water world of Passes and the garbage dump of the universe, Vulpin.
Hey, remember when we was a-going to repo that ship on Vulpin, and I found that perfectly good pair of underwear just a-floating in the sludge?
Boyd.
I'm wearing them right now. Can you believe the things people throw away?
Boyd, do you recall us conversating recently about your lack of focus and its tendency to distract from the task at hand?
Ooh, look, shiny object. Here I go over here now.
As I was saying, Blizzard Ridge is so named on account of this here ridge, where the wind and snow could send racers flying off into the chasm. And if and the folks make it past the blizzard, they'll drive forthwith into this here cave, where these so-called...
I think you mean pointy ice thingies.
stalactites are precipitating every which way all over the road. It is surely gonna take some adroit driving skills to get past those bad boys.
So it's time to get ready on the race. So first, I have sped up all these races by time to speed, just because I want to get as many of the Grand Prix as I can in the shortest time. But yeah, we're playing as Ben, obviously. So as you can see, simple boost, get around. This game is actually really intensive on like doing tricks and drifting, and that's something I really don't like. If you look, there's a bar at the bottom. There's two actually bars. There's one on the left and one on the right at the bottom. The left one is by tricks, which I actually didn't know you could do tricks until much later on in the game. And drifting. These drifting allows you to activate special abilities which can either do damage to the other racers and put them off. Like, it's kind of like Mario Kart, you know, the question mark blocks. Or they can do some really good stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really gonna go for gold medals on this. Just because something I really don't want to do. It's like, I just want to show off what I have to show off, you know what I mean? It's one of those games where it's one of those things I don't want to do like a full Let's Play this game because it is short when I'm only doing the Grand Prix because it is just like a racing game. But as you can see, we have actually got full things. Also, we got blinded by the enemy, but we've actually turned into a defensive spider monkey. What we did, and then we lost it because we fell off the cliff. But there's lots of different things, and also every so often we do get the Omni-Nodes mark on the left. It can mean two things. It can either mean like special ability, or it can mean just like a general item placement. So I do believe this game is a lot like, by the way, we're on the second race here. I think it's called Seawater Switchback, if I'm correct. I can't seem to remember. I've only actually cut out the first few, like Grand Prix race with the commentary, just because I want to talk to you guys really quickly about the game. As you can see, it's a lot like Mario Kart 8, like with the whole feel of it. And each of the question mark blocks has been replaced with an Omnitrix symbol or an Omni button or something like that. And there's all the same abilities as there was in Mario, but they're all like Ben 10 themed. Like Accelerate is like a speed boost, Wildvine is kind of like a blue shell. You know what I mean? It's just more stuff like that. Like I'm gonna say, you guys should play this game for yourself to actually get a good understanding of it. But since we're Ben, we can turn into every other alien. As you can see, we just turned into Cannonbolt, which is actually Ultimate Cannonbolt's first appearance in a Ben 10 game. Shout out to you. But you can actually play as like Kevin and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, these races later on, by the way, we came second. These races later on get pretty difficult. Like, you guys don't really see how difficult they actually do get. Also, this is the toxic tunnel, if I'm correct. The races get really hard, and that's why I'm only aiming for the minimum bronze, pretty much, on everyone, because like you do need to get a certain amount of like, for example, the further you get in the game, the more golds you need, gold medals. For example, like to get the last one, you need to get a gold in the previous one to get to the last race. And I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of canon, this race game. I don't know why it is, but I played through the game since it's done in post, and there's a certain ending to it, which is pretty cool. But if you don't know, this game came out in 2011. It is one of the more recent Ben 10 games. We have got like 2 after this left, but what can you really do? I was actually going to switch up constantly about the whole characters, you know, so we could see some other characters. But I thought, like, since there's only like 9 Grand Prixes, like Grand Prix, I actually wanted to focus on the certain main character, which is obviously Ben. So drifting and mid-air stunts are a big part of this, like I mentioned. And drifting's done pretty easily in this game. Like, you can kind of see I'm hitting a lot of things. But it is done pretty easy and pretty well. Like, I do like it. Like, as you can see, I'm starting to get the hang of the drifting. I'm actually starting to use like more of the transformations as like a defensive thing. Because like, it does get pretty difficult with the whole latter end of the race. It's like, you'll see a race later on and it does get pretty difficult. But we completed the first track here and we actually got a bronze, which isn't ideal, but we got a bronze. And it's time to actually start the next one, the Freezeway Jungle. So as you can see, I'm showing off like you need different ranking like medals to actually go to the next one. So we're gonna start off by going to the next one, which is a cutscene. So yeah.
And welcome to Frozen Freeway, the first track in the circuit that folks around these parts call Freezeway Jungle.
Do you reckon they calls it that on account of kill miss being a tad bit on the bone-chillingly cold side?
I do reckon that is correct, Boyd. But this circuit will take us yonder to the Null, Void, and Primus, too.
Oh, well, that's good, cause prison dimensions and jungles with mechanical mosquitoes as big as your head is so much better.
You through complaining so's I can resume commentating?
Not yet. Okay, now I'm through.
Good. So, trickiest part of this go-round is these here ramp jump doohickeys. Hitting that there trigger makes them go up and down, and if you hit one whilst it's up, you get yourself to the shortcut. But if some folk goes and hits the trigger while you're jumping, well, let's just say the outcome will be less than serendipitous, what with the perilous drop to your doom and all.
So now we've just got introduced to switches, which I will be showing off when we go to it in a second. But yeah, also if you want to get a boost like you do in Mario Kart, you just have to do it when the number 2 starts fading. But as you can see, there's some kind of switch there, and if you hit the switch and you're the first one on, for example, you get the boost. Normally what I like to do with switches is predict that the guy behind me is going to hit it, because 90 times the AI does aim for it, and then aim for the other one, and if you do get it, get the shortcut. If not, yeah. But this is the Frozen Freeway. In this game, there's only 5 main planets. But they're all different themed in different ways. That's why I want to speed them up as well, because there is Climus, Pisces, Vulpin, Primus, and the Null Void. They're the 5 planets you go to, all 5 areas, and each of these have got different things from the previous races, you know. And that's why I didn't really want to show it off, because a lot of these races are just carbon copies of each other. They were just like 1 or 2 changes, which is not something I really want to show. Also, I'm blinded again. And that's one thing I really wish they did a bit differently, like because I would have shown it differently, but it's one of those things you have to deal with it, you know. I am speeding up these races just because it does make it easier, but it's time to...
The Null Void, a dimension created by the Galvin to be a big old prison. This place is home to the kind of unpleasant folks that'd make even the likes of you and me, Boyd, call for help from the plumbers.
Or they can cause for help from us, should we ever graduate from the Plumber Academy.
True enough. Stranger things have come to pass. Now, what y'all might not know is the Null Void is also home to some of the preeminent racetracks in the galaxy, including this one here, Drill Base Drag. The track is sometimes force field, sometimes asteroid, and all the times arduous to cling to.
Yeah, it's also real hard to stay on.
Once the racers get themselves to D-Void's drill base, they got to make a crucial decision. Either go left and stay safe, or break right and take the shorter but much more inclined to cause your demise route. In the end, there's a lot of jumping and just trying not to fall off, until the very last jump drops all the racers right at what is known in the nomenclature as the finish line.
I's a mite disappointed they doesn't just blow up real good when they fall.
Truer words were never spoken, Boyd, but sometimes falling into an endless void must suffice. Let's get her started.
So welcome to the next race, which is the drill-based drag. So I'm actually going to try to aim as hard as I can now. I'm actually trying to focus quite a bit on drifting. As you can see, like, if you just watch how I'm drifting. Normally the wheels start to spark up a little bit when you can actually go and use a boost. Because you get boost with drifting. It's kind of like tabletop racing for the PlayStation 4. But as you can see, I am trying to use the aliens more offensively here. Just like trying to like get some kind of special abilities. Because I'm starting to understand the game. Because if you don't know, this game was totally blind. The first time I played the game was in the first race where I came third. And literally, I only ever replay one level in this entire game of me that's playing it, because I'm playing easy. But I kind of wish there was more of a regular mode. Like I said, like it only comes in a normal or easy or hard, not normal or hard or whatever. And it makes it kind of annoying. Like this game does get really difficult later on. Like honestly, some of these races, the AI gets so smart, it's ridiculous, and I can't imagine playing it on hard. But there's no like achievements or anything what actually does affect how hard the game is. But this game does have quite a few achievements and stuff, but it's not too difficult. But we came first. That means we've got 2 firsts in a row now. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next cutscene.
Welcome to Primus once again, where the participants are about to circumnavigate the course known as Jungle Run. Now, some folks have been speculating that Primus is the fabled home of the Codon Stream, from whence Ben Tennyson's Ultimatrix gets its DNA to turn him into alien creatures and what have you.
Now, I gotta tell you, I find that mighty hard to believe.
As do I, Boyd. Some folks will believe anything, but they ain't educated like us. Now, the racers is gonna traverse into the tunnels near the volcano. Inside, they can stick the main road or take a more dangerous shortcut to the left, where they run the risk of encountering said fabled Codon Stream up close and personal like.
By which you mean get stuck in?
I do indeed. When they gets into the jungle, it's a pretty straight shot right on back to the start.
Listen, you count them snappy plants and them giant mechanical mosquito things what's a-shooting up the track.
Well, yes, those could be a mite hazardous, I expect.
I think it can easily be identified as well with the races. That each of the races have their own like unique aspects. Like for example, we're here in the Jungle Run, and it's kind of based in the wildlife. Also, as you can see, there was a little shortcut open there. I think like the shortcuts don't really have that much relevance in this game. Like there is some really valuable shortcuts, but 9 out of 10 times it's like a risk. It's a risk and reward type thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna take a shortcut, you're gonna have to risk for it. And yep, I just like the idea. You know, I kind of wish there was more like, aliens around. The first generation of aliens, like there is like Diamond Head and stuff in this game, but it's more there's Heat Blast in this race as well, but it's more like all of the enemies are actually aimed towards the newer generations like Alien Force. Also we're taking the shortcut here, that's how we do it. But yeah, this should be the last race in the second cup. As you can see, these races are really short, but they do get pretty long. They get 6 or 7 minutes later on, which is why I want to speed up anyway. But we came second, we came first, second, which isn't too bad, and with that we actually completed the second like cup, and we actually become second. I want to show off all the rewards you get. Like no, it came first. So we've seen the third cup and the first cup. I also love how everyone's like really annoyed with us, like, yes, I should have won that. I just love what's he called? What's he called? The tiger guy, Tony the Tiger. You guys know what I'm on about. I like his reaction. Wait, what is it called? Wrath. I love his face is like, I'm not having anything to do with his arms are just crossed. But yes, we came first, and with that, I'm pretty sure we are going to unlock Heat Blast, but just look at, like, Swamp Fire and Heat Blast, how much they are alike. But now we're going to go and do the Wet Wasteland, but as you can see, there's all these other ones we need to play. But we're going to go and dive straight into Wet Wasteland now. There's not too many left. This is the last race, last Grand Prix we're going to do.
At the start of the Wet Wasteland circuit.
And this time, we gets to go to Vulpine and the Null Void too.
That's right, boy. Incineration and incarceration is in our future. Not first time. But for now, we're on Pisces at the aptly named Pisces Falls track. That there titleization comes from waterfalls like these here. and steering through them is indeed a challenge.
Then there's some more flowing water and a crazy curve what gives you a great view of the ocean. Would you looky there? Not that that would appeal to you, Octagon, what with your weak stomach and all.
Ooh. Then it's open road and a couple more waterfalls leading up to one heck of a gut-busting jump to the finish. I got a feeling this race is gonna be a fun one to watch, boy.
A lot of the races in this game actually remind me a lot like Mario Kart 8 as well as Mario Galaxy 2, like kind of very similar, you know what I mean, like with the whole running on the walls and stuff, like with zero gravity and stuff. I know it's in space and stuff, but yeah, I do like the idea of it. But now we're in the good old Piskus Falls. I can't really pronounce them, but they're actually well-known places in the Ben 10 universe, and we have actually been to a few of them already. Like we've already been to Vulpin and we've been to the Null World in previous games and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But as you can see, there's actually one straight winner here. Well, one person winning. Well, 9 out of 10 times it's normally what happens when you are in like a Grand Prix or something. There's always one person leading for the entire time, and your main aim is to get him from the first into the last position. Because if you do that, it pretty much secures your win. And in the later areas, when you have to like make sure that you win every match, it's really annoying. Like there's actually levels that remind me of like Mario levels, like Rainbow Road and stuff from Mario Kart Wii. Rainbow Road. But I'm still trying to get the hang of like the drifting. I'm pretty sure in the next few episodes, well, I know I get the hang of it. But this is the last lap. Let's go. As you can see, these maps haven't really been that extreme yet. They're like not really that confusing, but these maps do get really confusing. And just wait till you see them, because literally you'll be like, wow, these are pretty confusing. But I have really enjoyed playing this game. It's one of those things like, when you do play a game like this, which you've never played before, like a franchise, 9 out of 10 times when I play a racing game, they are pretty bad, or I don't enjoy them, but I kind of like the cartoony feel of like racing games like this, you know what I mean? But guess what? We won! Yes! Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. But yeah, as you can see, we've got 100 points, and we came first. That's how we do it.
No tour of Vulpin would be complete without a trip through the waste processing plants. Actually, no tour of Vulpin doesn't include garbage of some fashion.
Garbage Gauntlet lets the racers get close enough to smell it.
It is a mighty difference. Just round from the start, the racers get introduced to the garbage mover system. They got to dodge all the junk that's teleporting in from the other junk movers on the planet while driving against the belt. Then, oh boy, you gotta check this one out.
Oh, I know. Then there's this big crane, see? And they can hit the switch and boom, baby! Off go the other racers, right over the edge. Blowed up real good.
You seem to get a great deal of pleasure out of other folks' pain, boy.
Is that wrong?
So yeah, this is the Garbage Gauntlet on Vulpin. So this race is actually pretty unique, because like, well, it's not really unique, it's the start of like the whole conveyor belt which pushes you the other way. There's also some kind of magnet, which you just saw right then. If you activate the switch, the magnet would actually push you, like, push people off the edge of the cliff. It's pretty funny. But yeah, we are trying to use like our shield mod. There's actually an achievement for getting 100 hits when you've like you hit the enemy when you've guarded, and you get an achievement for it if you hit him 100 times. Seems like a pretty challenging achievement, since in this game I only get like 10 of them, and that was like a full playthrough of the game. But yes, I hate that power because it's so blinding. You can still kind of see what you're doing, but it's kind of like bad for it's bad for like let's play and stuff, because you're just like, ugh. Also, we just got shrunk by the way big power up. Yes, let's take a shortcut here. I still haven't learned how to flip yet and do tricks. Just wait for that. But we won. Oh, what? We came second. That happens quite a bit in this game. We get like beaten so quickly, like randomly, like right at the last second, and you'll see that later on as well. It happens so frequently.
Racing in the Null Void has what you might call its ups and downs, and that is never more true than on this here track. Dimension Dementia. The racers is making waves right from the start when they go through these bumpy bits. Around the next corner, it's up to the sideways asteroid and back down again.
Oh, I just got your up and down joke, Octagon. Cause the track goes up and down. I is smart.
I'm pleased that my clever play on words did not go unnoticed. But Boyd, I'm afraid the joke is on the racers this time. On account of while they still all disorientated, the boosted jump drops them smack dab in the middle of some of them Null Guardians.
Woo, that's gonna be some fireworks, that is.
And then up comes another twisted section to turn them all about before they takes that final jump to the finish. Oh, I tell you, Boyd, the Null Boyd ain't for no sissies.
So this is the last race in this cup, which is Dementia. That's such a like a tongue twister, but we just fell straight off the no void thing. But this actually just reminded me a lot like Rainbow Road, like so much. Just look at it, so much like Rainbow Road. We just missed a shortcut there. Also, you need to be wary of the Null the Null Void Guardians or whatever, who's gonna fire lasers at you. It's not really hard to dodge, but you just need to be aware of them because like they can get some cheap shots, and you're right there. It's nice to know that. But yeah, we're just trying to like make it so we can actually win this. It's one of those things. These races aren't too difficult. It's normally like I said, you get one-on-one, or you get beaten at the last second because you didn't do a trick, or they get a random lucky attack. I've also realized like a lot of the enemies target you because like a lot of the weapons don't just target one person. They target like an individual. It doesn't target like the lead person. That's what I mean, and it makes it pretty hard to dodge. You know what I mean? Like you can get pretty good like with like certain items and stuff like you can with Mario Kart and stuff, like have like a shell behind you. But as you can see, this is probably one of the longer races, just because like we're out to 2 minutes and we're only halfway done with the race. But yeah, we just activate the Wild Vine power, which is OP. By the way, that's probably one of the more OP attacks. It kind of does remind me a lot like a blue shell though. Like it attacks the lead person, but you can't really dodge it unless you actually slow down and just like swerve past it or wait for it to despawn. We do get to deal with that later on. I do start playing smart. I kind of wish I looked into more of the other characters, but like I said, it's a Ben 10 game. I want to focus on Ben 10. It's my view on it, you know. So yeah, just keep going around this, and this should be our last lap. Dodge all the Guardians. I kind of wish there was more like a story behind it, like there was with Sonic Riders, because that story in that game was so great. Oh my god, are we actually gonna win this? Win second? Come on. Come on, we can do this, come on. Last corner. We got beat out, we got third again. But I think what we're going to do is, we're going to end the video here. We beat 3 of the cups. We've got another 5 left, which is fine. And we unlocked the no void. But, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, I'd really appreciate it. We just came second. Oh no, we came first. I think next time we're going to actually just continue on and do 4, 5, and 6 in the Grand Prix. And just continue on there. I've actually really enjoyed playing this game, and I love Rastface, like, oh, this is not on, but yeah, we'll see you guys next time for more Ben 10 Galactic Racing, where we are going to just continue on, and preferably, hopefully, we can actually get some more of these first place, but if we can't, we can't. I love you guys, and I shall see you guys next time. Peace.